Welcome. This reading is about the upcoming journey where Mars is in retrograde and traveling from Leo back into Cancer and coming back. And this is a really long journey that we deal with in December, January, February, March, April. So until Mars will be back in the place where it started, it will take a couple of months where we have to deal with this change in energy, because Mars is about our life force, right? And the lion in our chart is about our heart space and our passion for life and our childlike creations. And everybody has a fifth house in the chart, and everybody has a Leo somewhere in its chart. And if you don't know where that is, just go to astro.com, draw your own chart and see where the placements are in your own astrology. And this Mars retrograde is really special because Mars retrogrades into Cancer. And so we face this time being a little bit cut off of our energy, or better to say it's changing, and we have the chance to look deeply into our emotional truth, into our way of dealing with energy as well, and the action we can take on it. And this one is about our own integrity, our own truth. And if you want, you can take a look back at the last retrograde of Mars at the end of 22. It was at the end of October in 22. But it was a little bit different because it was a retrograde in Gemini. So that was a little bit about communication, where you acted in a way that you may be reviewing today. What did you decide back then, and what is it that you wished for, and what wants to be corrected? You know, if you look back, you can see, oh, this is what I did, and it didn't turn out like I wanted it to. So the time between October, at the end of October of 22 until now, what didn't work out? So what can you change right now in your actions to get to the place where you really want to go, or where your heart wants to go? But if you want to look at a bigger picture, you can look back when Mars was last retrograde in Leo. And it was like it is now, right? And it was in the end of 2009 and until the beginning of 2010. It didn't go back into Cancer. It just stayed in Leo. And to look back, what was happening in your life back then? What would you do differently? And however you decide what was important in that time, can you look at the place of Leo in your chart? So these areas of life are affected by this Mars transit right now. And so that's about re-evaluating our decisions and finding the truth beneath all the actions we take. What is the real truth? What is the truth in your heart? What is your integrity in all of this? And do you have the willingness and the courage to rewrite your story? Because that's what this heart of the lion tells you too, that there is something in your heart that you want to accomplish, that you want to realize, and can you see the bigger picture where you decided things that are not working for you or that didn't work for you, and are you willing and daring to rewrite your story? And in the time Mars is in Cancer, And that will be in the beginning of January. I think on the 6th of January, Mars will retrograde into Cancer again. Then the energy will change again, and it will be good to use this transit as a way to look at your emotional patterns. And Leo in Cancer feels really different than Mars in Cancer. I meant in Cancer feels really different than Mars in Leo, because in Cancer Mars is in his fall, so it doesn't feel really good in Cancer. And we can see in these moments where we're not willing to be responsible for our own emotions, take responsibility for what you feel, where we stepped into blaming others, or where we choose to be passive aggressive. And that's just a way not to take responsibility for what you really feel. And this time is about understanding, and understanding what lies beneath, and in all that you see, that's a time for inner work on the one hand, and on the other hand it's taking new actions to get into the place where you live your own integrity. And it's inviting us to look from our love for life and for our heart energy and our childlike creation, and to bring these questions into our lives, to see where we can nurture ourselves and the parts that want to be lived and realized. So that's a really powerful transit that is happening, and we can use it not to feel powerless. A better way is to just look back and to see, oh, this is what I thought I would create, but I didn't. And maybe I can do something else where I step into the real path that I want to walk on, to fulfill my heart's desire, and to be in an emotional state that I really want to be in. And so now I get into the sign that I'm reading today. Virgo, welcome. First, I want to draw a couple of cards to see where we are heading, and about the actual situation, and about hidden things. And you can skip this part if you want to. There are timestamps down in the description and in the first comment. But if you stay, that's beautiful too. And first I want to know what's the actual situation, what we are talking about in this Mars retrograde. What is the actual theme we are talking about? And that's where we choose Lenormand. And then I want to know in which part of your life can you let something go or be, or where is something is ready to decay. And I think we have two cards here. And what can you let go? And then we see what is the shadow side of this, and where we can know something else, and something that we need to know right now. And I guess this one. And then we want to know what is your new path you are on, and what is the underlying thing that is meaningful right now. And we have a gene key for this. And then we want to have a course, archetype as well for this part. And there is our card. And then we want to know what you don't see coming. What is the thing that Virgo doesn't see coming? We have this one, and we have this one. And I want to know what the dragons have to say about this, what you don't see coming. And that's this one. And I want to draw a couple of tea leaves, although I don't know how to handle these because they are so many. But these and this one and this one. What you don't see coming. And then we want to have a tarot card for what is hidden or what you hide from yourself, what we need to know to step into the balance that we want to achieve in this retrograde. And we have this one and this one. And then I want to know what is supporting you and oh, that's too many, two, and we have this one. And what is supporting you as well are familiar. Now we see this and this one. And along the way I will draw a card from message from Spirit, and I will draw tarot cards along the way for your new path, how this will unfold. But first I want to know what we are dealing with in this moment. And there is something that is hidden, and it can be different things. You know, when we have this bird cards, that's the owls. That's about a stressful conversation. That can be something that is stressing you out because it is hidden from you, and you don't know what it is. And it can be something that you feel that something is wrong and you don't know what it is, or you don't know how to solve it. And maybe that's your situation right now, that you are in a situation where you don't know how to. It can even be that you are in a situation where you are writing a book about things that are wrong and how to solve the things. And see, that's where the cat comes in, and where the cat gives us a little bit of confirmation. And that's there can be something as well, right, that you are stressed about, or that you are communicating about a book that is about dealing with things that are wrong, and even with wrong people. Even if it's about it's a book about how to deal with people that are acting in a specific wrong way in your life. That can be something too. So that's where we are right now, and what is ready to be let go of. And that's interesting, because that's the spirit communication and paying attention to something, and it can be something that you are, and these are the both cards that came out to what is ready to be decayed now, and it's maybe a reflection and a judgment, or it's looking at other people to get your confirmation, judging yourself, right? It can be about that. It can be about, even about, if we take it the way it is said here, it can even be that you are caught in the idea that you don't never have to judge anybody. And if we are talking about people who are not acting in the correct way, that are acting sneaky and with hiding things, that's not the truth, because you have to be connected to yourself, to judge for yourself. We need judgment. We need judgment if we choose something to eat, because we need judgment if we want to eat it. If it tastes good for us, that's a judgment. And that's your personal thing, what you like to eat, what you like to be with, how you want people to treat you. That can be something too. And this can be something that when people hiding things and creating stress by not valuing you in the specific way that you need to be valued, then you need to stop this, and you have to judge it, because you have to step out of it. And paying attention to, and that's an interesting card to have as something that can be decayed, that there is, maybe it is connected to the non-judgment, that you are always connected to your higher self, and that this connection tells you, oh, you are not allowed to judge, you are not allowed to talk about it, and that has to end. Because you need to accept for yourself what you need, how you need to be treated. And that's a judgment that you are allowed to do. That doesn't mean that you judge other people for being bad people, no. But you judge the relationship, you judge the way other people treat you in a way that is nurturing for you. And not allowing yourself to stay in this spirit communication, in this upper world, to say, oh, I have to be the good person here. You don't have to be anything. You have to care for yourself. That's what you have to do. And maybe there is something in your whole life that connected you to people who didn't treat you in the right way. And that's something you can share with other people, because you are able to write a book about it. Maybe that is something that is really needed right now, that you write a book and that you share your experiences with other people to help them to find the balance of being a spiritual being and being a human being as well, with needs and wants and everything that is okay as well. That's not what we are here for. We are not here for to be a spiritual being that never judges anybody and no, you are always love and light. No, we are not always love and light. And not every person is about love and light. Some people are liars. Some people are manipulating you and they want to get something from you, and you can step out of it, because that's what humans do. Humans say at one point, oh, I can stay in my love, but I can just walk out of it, because that's not what is good for me. What's the shadow side? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Being entangled in all of these relationships, in the spirituality as well, right? Being entangled and not allowing yourself to be the human that you are. And that's creating a space where you don't feel supported at all, right? You don't feel that your needs are met, and that's where the falseness can come into this place of desire. It can be that you stay in connections that promise you to fulfill your desire, and then they don't. And maybe that's where you came from, that you come from a place where you learned that your desires and your needs don't met. And so you stayed in this place of being hungry for getting your needs met, and you confused this with your desires. And that's where the falseness can get out of your life, because you are able to see the entanglement today. You see the entanglement in spirituality, in the way people treated you and told you that you are not the one who is allowed to judge. And so you tried to get your needs met, and you often tried in a wrong way, because you perceived life as something that is not supporting you. That's ending now. That's ending now. You are stepping into the place where you are in this moment where Mars steps or is in retrograde in Leo. It is in your 12th house. So that are these hidden things. That's what we are talking about. 12th house is the things that you even don't know. It's the shadow side. It's the things we hide from ourselves, and we don't know until we know. And there can be spirituality too. Mars being in your 12th house and taking away the power from this spiritual communication and taking care of yourself in real life, and allowing yourself to have a body that has needs, to have a real life that there are needs that want to be fulfilled. And that's where you're stepping into this, allowing your own self, your judgment for the things that are in your life. Are they really nurturing you? Are they sustainable? Are they the right things? And I don't believe that they are. A lot of things in your life are not fulfilling your needs. And that's the realization that can be hard, but it is time to do so, because you don't want to stay in these entanglements. And this can be even relationships that you are in that are just creating a connection and entanglement in desires, and they are not fulfilling your needs. So think about this in the time where Mars goes into Cancer back and it's in January. Mars goes retrograde into Cancer. That's about your emotional needs. What is really meaningful for you? And do you want to stay in these patterns and in these shadow patterns of yourself, or do you want to go on to your new path where something else will be meaningful for you, that is really valuable? So in the new path the card is called the Creative Heaven, and it's going from entropy to freshness and beauty. And I will read this part for you, because it might be important. The creative heaven is the full yang energy of the universe, signifying the divine order of all life and its cycles of time. It is radiating love of the universe, fueling growth and transformation. Heaven is always in motion, from the tiny vibration atoms of your body to vast spiraling orbits of the planets and stars. It is the power and wisdom of the universe that calls us to demonstrate fullness without being forceful. Heaven has its own timing, and when we feel the decay or thick emptiness of entropy, sometimes we forget how to access that universal love. It's in its highest octave. This healing white light of the universe is radiant beauty without vanity or manipulative agenda. And that's really beautiful, because that's what I said, that this staying in this place of desire just to fulfill a desire and not the real need is something that gets you into the place of entropy, because you don't know how to get it done otherwise. And that's stepping into life right now, to step into this creative heaven and to create something really beautiful with it, and step into the beauty that is called this lifetime. And maybe you can really write a book about it. Maybe you can allow other people to participate in this journey, how to deal with those things and how to deal with these entanglements that keep us from living life and staying connected and entangled in these areas of spirituality. Excuse me. And so the new path, what is the new path? Wow, that's a beautiful card. With this creative heaven and the freshness and the beauty, you are creating. You have the card 7, and it's the lion heart. Protecting without sacrificing sensitivity, assertiveness without aggression, the courage to feel and the willingness to act. The horse with the heart of a lion moves steadfastly towards her goal. The gift is the human being carry wisdom of both predator and prey. True empowerment depends on finding a balance between the two. And it's about this is about the cultivating the strength of the inner lion without letting it run amok. And that is so finding this balance in between the desire and the real needs that we need. The body connection, the entanglement in spirituality with us telling us that we don't have to be human beings with judgments and with a healthy judgment to keep us out of the illusion that we have to be always connected and not to be connected to our heart and to our body. That is a beautiful confirmation that you are on the right path and that you got it at one point. What you don't see coming is that you find your home in this, that you find stability, and that you'll have a vision about it, and the vision is beneath the book. So that is something that is heading your way. There is something in your mind here. There is a vision how to create stability, how to create something that is connected to the higher realms and that is connected to the bodily desire as well, and that is allowed to have a judgment about what is good for you and what is not good for you, and about your desires and your needs, and you have a vision about how to create a home and how to create stability with it. And it is great because it is something new that is coming, that is something really, and Neptune is a spiritual vision as well, right? It's a spiritual planet. It's about the 12th house. That's where your retrograde is happening. And it's moving back into the 11th house. So it is about creating community. It is about how to create a spiritual community with being in your body, being connected to your needs and allowing yourself to be unentangled from the dark sides of your mind and on the dark sides of your desires, and to create something that is creating the balance and having the boldness to act on it. How beautiful is this, Virgo? So what you don't see coming as well is enlightenment. It's moving forwards, and it's lovely. This card is beautiful because there is this insight. There is this insight. What seems to be difficult to grasp, the balance between the entanglement on both sides, even on the spiritual side, and the entanglement that keeps us from doing the right things, right? And allowing other people to manipulate and to do things, whatever we allow on this. And you have an insight that allows you to step into the place where you want to have this this new future for yourself and for every single one of us. And you have something to share, because you are bold enough to bring this out there into the world. And there is the need to, that what you don't see coming can be something that is like a vacation. That's something that maybe you will travel, or you can have a moment where you can relax, and that's coming with a retrograde too, right? You have to move forwards, but you don't always have to move. And that can be something to be in this vacation as well, right? And to reconcile, and to be in the place where you are supported by spirit. And that's beautiful, because that's the connection of being spiritual supported at the same time as being embodied and being on this plane and having your own needs without being entangled in your desires. And there we have the celebration and fun and enjoyment, and there is something heading your way. You have a fan, you have someone celebrating with you a new romance. And this can be that this enlightenment that you have right now is about someone just breadcrumbing you. It can be one of the examples, doesn't have to be your example, but it is something is hidden from you. You feel that this entanglement is there, that is the connection on the spiritual side that keeps you in this relationship that is not good for you, because it just allows your desires to grow and not get fulfilled. And then you step into your own boldness and you move forwards. You take action on it because you know that is the truth, and create something new to enable yourself to be in a healthy relationship. And then someone shows up and steps into this place where you celebrate yourself, and you celebrate a love and a romance that is fulfilling your cup, right? So what a beautiful thing that is coming your way right now. So, and what is hidden from you that you have to be aware of? That's the Eight of Cups. Yeah, and that's justice, of course. So that's the Eight of Cups is the recognizing that this is not everything is fulfilled. There is nothing that is given to you. Everything is spilled. And you have to leave this place to get into another space, and to get yourself into the higher frequency that turns these things upside down. If you step into this justice and allowing yourself, and justice comes with a balance, comes with a weighing up the different sides, and comes with a judgment. You know, justice is about the balance of the sides, and if you see that this is not balanced, you have to walk away. And that's what you already know, right? Because you know you have a vision about creating beauty in a new way, and that's what this creative heaven comes with, right? You're bold enough to step out of it. That's the beauty of it. And what is supporting you? Being the bridge. And that's lovely, because being the bridge between the things that are in the hidden world, that are in spirituality, that is the hidden things that you can connect, because you can connect the worlds. And And Thanatos, that's the necropolis too. You saw the dark side. You saw the side with death and rebirth. You know a lot about those things. You know a lot about the end of things and the end of cycles. And you are the bridge who is creating something to create a world from different sides of the same coin. So you have the ability to connect lands, to connect parts of our life that are not connected now. And so creating from this vision, creating something new and allowing yourself to connect the dots in Cancer, in the 11th house, in your emotions, and connect the worlds that weren't connected before, where you stood in this place of entanglement and even of entanglement of being kept by destruction and death, kept aside. But you are stepping now into the river that you are. And that is the beauty in this, right? You were stuck before, but you are not now, because you stepped into the boldness of bringing yourself into motion. And that is beautiful, because it is keeping you in the flow of your own creation. It's staying aware of where you keep yourself from moving forwards, where you keep yourself from judging the things as they really are. And that's not judging other people. I want to put this out again. It's not about judging other people. It's about judgment, how other people make you feel. That's something else. And this is the moment when somebody makes you feel in a way that you don't appreciate. You have to walk away. It doesn't make the person a bad person. Doesn't judge the person as itself. It judges the way they make you feel, and that is allowed, because there are needs we have. We want to feel loved. We want to be seen, and you are worthy of being seen and being loved just because you are. And that's where your judgment comes in, where you allow yourself to judge the situation. How does it make you feel? And when did you stay entangled because of your desires that weren't fulfilled? Because of the desire told you that you have to stay. And that's now changing, because you are in balance now, because you can bridge the worlds of spirituality, being connected in a 5D level and not being connected in a 3D level. That's a difficult place to be if you are in a relationship where you feel your souls are connected and your 3D world, your real world, isn't showing up that way. And that's the moment where you have to judge this situation for what it is, because we are living in this 3D. We want our needs to be met. We want to be in this world, and we want to be connected in the other world too. And that's where your discernment comes in, and where your vision comes in, that you can create it, and you can create something that is connecting the worlds, and you are bold enough to do so. Wow, that's really beautiful, Virgo. And the one supporting you is the Adept. And the one supporting you is the Untouchable. Yes. And that's beautiful. Both of them beautiful to be in this place where you can move beyond your worldly limitation. You can move into the place where you are connected to your emotions, where you are connected to the things that you really need and want in this lifetime, and at the same time be connected to the higher good, because that's something else, The frequency, we just can change the frequency if we stay in a frequency where we are worthy, where we are supporting ourselves. If we stay stuck and entangled in something, we are not able to keep our frequency high, because we are entangled in these desires and in the dark sides that come with all of these needs that are not met, right? And so that is something that is facing the truth, right? Facing your truth right now. To move away, to allow yourself to judge. You're not a bad person because you are judging the situation. You're not judging other people. Always wanted to say this. Discernment. See, this is walking between the worlds and walking on a sword, right? She is barefoot and she walks on a sword, reading something and having all of these ideas. And that's the time, or the thing of entanglement that keeps you in this place where you have a lot of ideas, but it's not creating something from it. And then we get into the creation, and that's being in the present moment and playing with life. She plays with this horse, she makes music, she creates from this space, and she is in the present moment, allowing herself to create from this place, allowing herself to feel good about it, and then to exchange, to get, and to give and to get. And that's what she does. She discerns, and she has this spark in her mind, in her heart, in her third eye, right? Where she realizes, and that's a little bit like this enlightenment, right? She realizes how to connect these worlds. It's a little bit like the bridge as well. How to connect the worlds, and how to move away from the disappointment of not having enough, staying in the desire and never fulfilling this void. You can never fulfill it, so you have to let it go. And that's where this, and the vacation was there too, where you have to let it go, to keep for a moment, to keep in this place of stillness, and in this place of healing yourself from this place where you kept yourself in this entanglement, and then to start again. And that's the trustful that comes with this starting again, is allowing life to bring to you something that is really nurturing you. And she has the crystal in her hand, and she has the wand in her hand. So this is a crystal that's a healing crystal, and she allows herself to fall into life and to create with it something that we really desire to have. So it's like this lion heart creating something beautiful. And the Fool comes with a freshness, right? He comes with this idea of I don't mind to start again. I am trusting life, that life will bring the right things to me, right? So that's our card. Your path is before you now. Even if you sometimes lack confidence to trust in the path that you are upon, know this: you cannot miss your destiny. I shall guide your feet and inspire your heart to keep you true to your rightful divine path, life path. Trust me, trust yourself, take your journey now. Yeah, what a beautiful confirmation for you to step into this place where you follow your vision. And that's what this whole retrograde is about, to see what is meaningful now. And I guess in your case, that's really something big that is meaningful for you now, where you want to step into the new journey and want to create something really beautiful with it. And I am curious what that is, and what you are about to do, Virgo, because that is amazing, and it creates a bridge between the worlds that doesn't keep you stuck there and doesn't keep you stuck in the other one. So that's a connection, and the creativity that creates this bridge with freshness and with beauty. Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here and for liking and subscribing and all of the good stuff that helps the channel. I'm grateful that you are here, and I see you soon.